it's Tony from Surf City Skates in Huntington Beach, and today I'm going to do a bearing cleaning tutorial real quick within the 3 minutes we have on TikTok here. This is the number one question that I get when somebody buys skates is how often do I change my bearings out and how often do I clean them? So I'm going to do it real quick for you. We're going to do one wheel today, okay? So you're going to take your skate tool, whether you have a Powerdyne Y3, you have a standard skate tool, or you have a Y4 tool, or whatever tools you have in your home to take your wheel off, okay? You're going to take your wheel off here with your skate tool. Take this axle nut off of your skate. It's going to take a few turns, and then at some point you're going to be able to twist it off with your hand, and you're going to take the whole wheel off with the bearing, okay? Once you have your wheel and your bearing off, you're going to want to remove the bearing from inside the wheel and also the bearing from the back. You have 2 bearings per 1 wheel. You want to take them both out. You can either do it here with the Bones bearing tool that we sell. It's about $18.99 in the store or online at surfcityskates.com. Or you can use a SureGrip bearing remover tool or a Powerdyne bearing removal tool from Rydell. We do sell all of those online and in store as well. This one here is going to take the bearing out by sitting it on the shelf and popping it out just like that. It's super nice and easy, you guys. These run between $50 and I believe $80. You can also buy the more industrial SureGrip bearing tool here. And this one will pop out the bearing here, same way on the shelf, just like the smaller, more modular one does. So once you have your bearing out, oh, you can also use the bearing tool here. I was going to show you this. You're going to press this in, pop the bearing tool inside the bearing, and you're going to pull it out with your muscles, okay? Once you have the bearing out here, we're going to clean this, okay? You're going to have 16 bearings to clean. You're going to need a seam ripper, which is my favorite needle to pop out your rubber-coated bearing shield inside the middle of the bearing. You're going to pop it out. You really don't want to poke too many holes in this bearing shield, which is why we use a very, very fine tipped needle, okay? We want to have the flattest, fine point of this, not the tallest of this. We want to do as little damage to this bearing shield as possible. Now you're going to take the other one off the other side. Some bearings have 2, some bearings have 1 bearing shield. So if it has 2, take them both off, set them aside. You can also wipe those bearing shields down with a wipe, like a non-toxic citrus-based cleaning wipe like these. I love these tub of towels. Anything that's non-invasive that can't mess up the rubber and the metals. Once you have the bearings exposed here, you're going to want to clean them. So you're going to get a Bones bearing housing kit. This is going to hold 8 bearings on this stem here. You're going to take off the little rabbit ear nut, and you're going to put 8 bearings on this stem in between these little spacers, okay? Bearing, 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 bearing. You're going to put that on. You're going to put the little rabbit ear nut back on, and you're going to put it back into the cleaning solution. Now, the cleaning solution that I like is the SureGrip Cube Bearing Cleaner. It's a citrus-based, non-corrosive, non-toxic cleaner, and it won't mess up your bearings, okay? Do not use acetone, do not use alcohol, do not use anything that really can damage the metals and the nylons and the materials in your bearings, okay? So if you're not using the Cube Bearing Cleaner, you're gonna use mineral spirits is the other one I recommend. You can get that at any hardware store. So once you have your bearing in here, you have your solution in the container. You're gonna go up to the line here. These are also on surfcityskates.com or in store. You're gonna shake up all the bearings. You can reuse this liquid here. Let the dirt settle to the bottom here if it's really, really dirty. And then you're gonna go ahead and pour out overnight, let this sit. You're gonna pour that back out into your container, and then you're gonna clean the dirt out of the bottom, and then you can pour your cleaning solution back into the container and reuse it. You wanna use this over and over until your bearings, the water is not that dark anymore. So if it's really dark water, they're really gunky, keep doing it until this water starts getting lighter and lighter, okay? Once you've done that, you're gonna go ahead and take off your 8 bearings on here, and you're gonna have to do this twice since the Bones bearing housing kit only holds 8 bearings. You will need to do it twice, okay? So once you have all of your bearings cleaned and this water is not that dark anymore, you've got a nice clean bearing, you're going to put these onto paper towels and you're gonna let them dry. Okay, so you're gonna let your bearings all dry on here, outside in the sun, in the warm shade. You can even get a hair dryer and dry that out. You don't wanna overheat them, so you wanna be very considerate. They are delicate. Once they're dry, you're gonna take your Bones bearing speed cream and you're going to dab 1 dot here, 1 dot here, and then you're going to put your bearing shield back on, snap them back in here. You wanna do it very gently as to not depress the metal of the bearing shield, okay, you guys? And then once you've got those back on, you're all done. Your bearing is gonna be fresh and oiled and happy and clean. And then you can pop those right back in to your wheels and put them back on your skates. And that's how you clean your bearings.